Hey everyone, I hope your week is just going amazingly as mine is. I'm a little sick right now in case you can't tell, so I apologize if I start coughing like a maniac during this video. So hopefully that doesn't happen though, but sorry we missed last week. I've been focusing a little bit more of my time on developing our blog, which is something that actually we're going to talk about today because it's one of the few things that has been working for us better than other things at least. When you first start a business, you kind of just start running around trying a bunch of different things, almost trying to cut corners, right? Trying to find a quick route to, we can partner with this company and then just get access to their users or, whatever. You try and come up with schemes, but unfortunately the theme of this video is that a lot of the times running towards the work is actually going to produce the best results. So this is going to be one of those videos that's not about a quick fix or, some sort of quick launch into the public or anything like that. It's doing the work and sitting down, grinding it out, and watching it pay off over time, which is probably the least sexy thing I could ever say. So, but it is what it is, right? So one of the things, again, that I mentioned is working for us is our blog. And so we've gone about our blog and setting it up very strategically. We didn't just wing it. We kind of at least had a little background knowledge on what we were doing. And not much though. So it's very quick to learn what we did and apply to your own situation so that you can start seeing some results yourself. The first thing that I would point out is the keyword research that we were doing. So capturing the broadest amount of keywords from the broadest amount of sources we can, kind of distilling those down into different levels of intent for those types of keywords. So you'll notice that there's keywords that are probably something people are searching for that is a little closer to a purchase decision for them in their minds, and that would be a little different of a keyword that they would use than if they were just trying to find out information broadly, like trying to get introduced to a subject or something like that. So the types of keywords that you select, they engage with people at certain stages of the funnel in their decision-making process before they actually purchase anything. And so we've kind of targeted things that are more top of funnel, things that are informational, people are looking into, but something that would be relevant and likely lead to them wanting to at least know more about what we're doing. And we got a large list of words. Some of the tactics that people use to do that are, looking at forums, especially if you have a similar target user that you're trying to reach or trying to speak to. Find them on their forums, see what kind of language they're using, how they're asking questions. Things like that really are very insightful. What we did was we just brute forced this. We got a bunch of words from Google's keyword planner and got anything and everything related to the keywords that we thought were most relevant to what we offer. And so we got from Google's keyword planner, we got a list of words with the supposed traffic that they get each month, and then some sort of competitiveness score. And so we tried to focus on words that at least had 1,000 hits a month, not that, which is not a lot, but those had also those ones are a lot of the times very easy to rank for because the types of content that show up at the top of those searches are not going to be very good. It's usually not very good quality, at least in our experience. So we target those types of words, kind of lower on the lower end of traffic, but low competitiveness as well. And then we applied a structured process to writing the article so that Google would be more likely to rank it higher. And some of those characteristics are, first and foremost, I believe, is having your articles be longer than 2,500 words. So long-form content seems to be something that Google ranks a lot higher and a lot quicker, at least, again, in our experience. But we've seen this played out in other, classes that we've taken or startups that we've watched as well. So this seems to be pretty borne out by the data. And the next thing is, of course, is sprinkling your keywords along in your article using synonyms. You want it to, I guess the rule of thumb that we at least stumbled across was you want your keywords to show up essentially 1% of the time within your entire article of 2,500 words. Can't talk today. And actually that's mostly every day, but anyways, so 1% of the time, and then within your H1s and H2s, so your headings, you want to label them in a way that the keywords are in the beginning of those of those H1s and H2s. So the first 2 or 3 words, you should at least have your keywords in there, and then kind of, you know, taking a step back from the more technical approach or technical characteristics of our approach, and instead looking at things from a broader perspective. It's really important also to just have good quality content. So, you know, it's not enough to just write 2,500 words of complete crap, you know, because nobody's gonna, first off, your bounce rate is probably gonna be really high, and then other factors that Google ranks are probably not gonna do too well. So what you want to do is you actually want to spend some time, you want to research the words you're going to target, you want to look at the top 10 results, or the first page of results for whatever keywords you're going to target, read every one of those articles, take some notes, look at the angles that they use in approaching the topic, and start to conceptualize at least how you can approach the topic a little differently, so that you have a unique perspective on the matter, and you start to, you know, generate a brand for yourself, and so forth. And I think that's the most important thing, and that lends itself at least to developing more engaging and more interesting content that people will bookmark for later, they'll want to link to, and actually help kind of snowball a lot of the other factors that Google considers as part of its ranking algorithm. And so I think the 3 steps that I just mentioned, the keyword research, the reading the competitor articles, or doing the research on the other articles that are already out there, and then writing your blog in a very strategic way, where, you know, at least you have 2,500 words, you're labeling your headings, your H1s and H2s correctly, you know, you're only using the keyword 1% of the time, the rest of it is you know, just natural language explaining the surrounding environment or whatever it is you're trying to do. And then lastly, you know, getting backlinks via the fact that you actually have good content, essentially. So I think if you do all those 3 things and do them well and thoroughly, you know, certainly research these topics a little bit more in depth than what I just described, but that at least will get you started on producing content that really starts generating traffic for your site. And ultimately, you know, like for us, it's most of our traffic now. So this is something that is been months in the making, and we haven't devoted much time to it, but out of everything we've been doing, this seems to have the most or the biggest impact, and so we're just going to keep doubling down and you know, owning this channel, or having this at least be our main channel that we have some domain expertise over. So hopefully there will be more videos on this in the future where we can even explain further successes that we've had as a result. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.